I woke up at 3 a.m. I felt weird and couldn't get back to sleep. Then it all started. I heard some weird noises in the walls, scratching noises. I said to myself, "You rats, you won't let anybody sleep without a fight." After I said this, the scratching noises intensified. They got stronger. I, however, tried to sleep anyways. But the noises created the feeling of fear, as if something would happen. I said to myself again, being freaked out because of some noises in the walls isn't too normal. Then the scratches stopped. I said, "Weird. Could my words change anything here?" I wondered a bit, then I went to sleep. But I wasn't resting for long. At around 3:26, still during the night, I heard someone turning the kitchen light on. I thought, whoever is in the kitchen, it would help if I could tell what happened. But when I stepped into the hallway, there was no sign of the kitchen light on, nor anyone walking. I turned back, and I felt immediate shock. I heard glass breaking in the kitchen. I hastened frantically and grabbed my flashlight and a small toy pistol that looked like a real one and had 4 rounds that would hurt someone. I felt safe carrying my gun. I walked to the kitchen, and when I took a step, I almost screamed in pain. I stepped on a piece of glass that went partially through my foot. It hurt so much, but I kept myself silent, with my eyes tearing and blurring my vision. I managed to get into the kitchen. Nothing, I thought. Nothing is here. What did I manage to make in my mind? What is this? But later, this question pondered me. Where did these pieces of glass come from? The more I thought, the more scared I got. I went back to bed, went to sleep, and I woke up at around 4:26, 1 hour after the event. But I felt alert. It was then I quickly snapped to my gun. I immediately aimed at the darkness, and I fired the gun. Then I heard a strange noise that resembled a body falling. Strange, because no whimpers or other noises were heard. I checked in the darkness, and I discovered that when I shot into the darkness, I shot my dog. I felt so shocked. I fell to my knees. Tears welled in my eyes. I felt insane at the moment. I also felt strange. Then the kitchen light turned on, and I immediately stepped back into bed, and I was staring at the dog's body. My father walked into the bathroom, but what I saw was enough to shake me awake. My father didn't even notice the body. Then the weird thing happened. My father was about to step on the dog's body when his foot went through the body, as if either the body or my father was a ghost. Then I heard something fall in the kitchen. I stood up from the bed, and the father came out of the bathroom. He asked, "Did I hear something break?" I said, "I remember hearing something fall, Dad, but I remember you stepping through a dog's body also." Then I told him. I couldn't sleep since 3 a.m. First, I heard scratching noises. Then I heard noises in the kitchen. Then I stepped on a piece of glass, hurting my foot, and I showed him my foot. Then I became alert, and I pointed to the gun into the darkness, and I pulled the trigger. Seconds later, something collapsed. A body. It looked like my dog, but when you came, you stepped through the body. But now the corpse is no more. He said, "I don't like this. There wasn't a body here when I came in. Are you sure you didn't take my hallucinogenic drug?" This question chilled me to the bone. I being scared, and I said, "What drug?" Father then said, "My drug, you know." This confused me. I started to get scared pretty badly, and I started to hear my heart beat right in my head. Father said, "You look sick. You should go back to sleep." After saying these words, the kitchen light turned off and Father disappeared through the darkness. No footsteps. When the kitchen light turned on, I saw Father lying dead on the floor with blood on the walls. I got shocked. I wanted to get close to his body, but something held me back. There's something bad. It will kill me, I thought. Suddenly, I heard something cracking, then my mother screaming, then I heard noises as if blood splattered on the walls. But I saw the blood flying right towards the bathroom door. All I saw was a bloody blur. I freaked out. My heart rate must have been at least 105 beats. Suddenly, fast footsteps were heard, way faster than normal. Something made me say, "Nazi obliteration." It was then I realized I attracted God knows what to me. Something appeared at the hallway. It was crawling on my walls. The more I looked at it, the faster my heart got. In a second, the creature leaped at me, and it hit me in the eye. Then the creature fled. I kept seeing a cracked window right inside my eye. Then the creature came back, and in a fraction of a second, I saw my eyes were torn out of their socket in an instant. I saw my body, and then I saw was the creature taking me into the basement before everything faded out. I woke up in fear I never encountered before. I automatically screamed, "God, get it off!" It took me minutes to fully recover. My parents began to ask me questions. What happened in your dream? My answer, something went very wrong. The last thing I remember was my eyes being torn out, other sockets, fading. Do you know what your heart rate was? No. Can you show me? It was about 120. Why is there blood in your eyes? Don't know. I immediately got scared. Then I told my mother to measure my heart rate. The device showed 666, probably referring to the username 666. Then I lost sense of reality. I measured my heart rate again, and the answer was 666. It was the same. When I measured my heart rate for the 5th time, it showed the true answer. The answer is 115. But then, when I came and went into the room, the letters, the numbers 115 were carved on the wall. I drifted apart. I simply fell into a sleep that lasted for 3 days. My dad told me a story a long car ride as we were driving, and it's been on my mind ever since. So this happened to my dad's cousin, and my dad and him were around the same age. He was 14 and my dad was probably 13 or 12. They lived in a really bad area where gang activity was extremely frequent. So let's get to the Ouija board part. Let's get this over with. I'm just going to call my dad's cousin my uncle, since that's what our family does out of respect. My dad was recently close to his cousin, and he even thought he was a bit crazy at times. My uncle would play the Ouija board every day by himself in his room. He always asked my dad to come over and others to play with him, but everyone would always reject his terrifying offer. He always said he played it just for fun, but my dad said that he was basically addicted to it. One day my uncle's dad found him in his room with a mouthful of foam and having inhuman behavior and a very deep voice like what you see in horror movies. His dad was scared to even touch him, but he had to pin him down. His parent took him to the priest, and that was that. A few days later, my uncle tells my dad and his friends that when he was playing the Ouija board, it said the number 14. When he asked when he would die, my uncle told them that it might be the amount of time he has to live, whether it was a matter of 14 days or 14 years, or maybe even his age, 14. But no one believed him. My dad thought that he was just acting stupid. Days later, my uncle was shot by a gang member and killed. My dad eventually remembered while talking to his friends that the board told him 14, and he really did die at age 14. Coincident or not, nobody wanted to accept the fact that the Ouija board might have predicted his death.